Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This is Ariba from Manpower. And welcome to Facebook Live with me. So, today we're gonna talk about something I talked about a while ago. But I think it needs a bit more addressing about how to talk to kids so that they can hear you. Inshallah, we'll talk about that. But before, as usual, please do say salams in the comments and say salams to me, say salams to everybody else as well, all the other sisters and brothers and kids who will be watching and saying salams. So spread their salams amongst all of us, inshallah, and earn a lot of good deeds. It's wonderful, alhamdulillah, to see, all those salams, and I'm sure it's for you and others as well to see your salams in there, us Muslims spreading salams amongst each other and earning good deeds. Okay. Walaikum assalam, sister. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sister Nabila. And as I have often said that this is the etiquette of salam. When somebody wishes you salam, you reply with the same or greater than that or better than that, right? So hence, walaikum assalam, sister Yasmin. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So I did better than that. In case of Sister Nabila, I couldn't better that up. So I'm a little bit exhausted today. I had a very long day. Just finished the video, by the way. Yeah, I should remind you, the video for kids on part 1 of how Shaitan makes bad things look good to us is on my Facebook page now, so go and watch it after this one if you haven't. So it's a really inshallah a really graphic video so children can relate to, with examples. We're given examples of music and relationships there, hinted on that with the graphics, and Halloween as well, since it's Halloween today. And lots of children probably are struggling with that, so you can catch that, get that. When you go to my Facebook page, you can check under video section, you'll find it there. Watch it with your kids, inshallah. This is one of the biggest issues right now, that because of the environment we are in, because of the world today, that so many things which are so wrong seem so good and attractive to the kids. So I put a lot of work in that. This is part 1, which is really talking about the environment. The part 2, I will talk about excuses, how Shaitan can lead us into deep sins slowly by using excuses. And I was planning to talk about that. I think that's what I titled the video. But then I remembered that this morning a sister emailed me about the video I had made about talking to kids, and she was struggling with her teenage daughter, so I haven't had a chance to reply to her. It's been a crazy day. Published that video, and alhamdulillah finally got an updated copy of Discover the Power of Salah. They were a couple of printing issues that we wanted to fix, so alhamdulillah. Got a new, which I've been waiting for this so long, and then finally it came, and I missed the delivery. As we just do, and I had to go grab it, and I had 1 hour to be at the post office. So anyways, so the sister asked me that, she said that this doesn't work. You talked about reminding children about your love for them, and she had teenage daughters who she was having a lot of trouble with, and she felt that this doesn't work. I have 4 kids, mashallah. My daughter is in grade 11, and she gave me a very hard time whenever I tell her something. She always says now the lecture is start, and always talk back to me. So how to tell them and how they understand us, please tell me. Okay, So, and she said, I don't think this thing works. Talking, sorry, video. Okay, sorry. Got distracted there. Okay, so I'm not saying that this is a magic pill. And most likely, uh, you are going to need a lot of practice at it yourself, right? So, what I had talked about in that video, I'll just review it for not everybody knows what I talked about, is that instead of going to them and saying, you are doing this and you did this to me and you did that, talk about, instead of labeling them and attacking them like that, talk about your feeling, how I felt about it, right? So it's about your not accusing them of anything, right? Like that. And they can't really, nobody can really, I felt that. They can't just say, I didn't do it. Yeah, maybe you didn't, but I felt that, right? So that reduces the argument already. It also doesn't put the other person, it doesn't feel like you're attacking them, so they don't have to be on defensive so much. And what I was saying is when a mother will start talking about, I am hurt when you talk to me this way. I feel hurt when you look at me this way. And what you can, another thing you can do is Google up words, feeling words. There's so many lists on internet for feeling words. I used to do counseling for people who are suicidal. um so it worked with them, by the way. They were about to commit suicide. They were sometimes so angry, so maybe not suicidal, but so angry that they could go and hurt somebody. I'd actually talked to people who said that I'm gonna go with a knife and kill somebody right now, and calming them down. So it worked. This is a method of that is used in counseling, and obviously this is it took took me a lot of training to perfect it. I still haven't. It's not like I don't have arguments with my family members. So, but I have to remind myself, like, if I need to really communicate something, I need to go back to this. So it requires practice. You have to be patient. Same thing you're telling your kids. You gotta be patient. Then I'm also, you are also making mistakes, just like they're making mistakes. So it's not like, until last week you were talking to them a certain way, and this week you're talking to them a certain way, and suddenly something will change. This, you will get better at it. The more you try to be just be patient, you will get better at that. The more you try to empathize with them and get them to empathize with you, the more better you will get at it, right? So, what is the teenage daughter going through? Like, I know it's hard for you to listen to me lecture you. I know it probably seems I am overbearing. That's what she feels, right? So say that. But, and you're recognizing her feelings so she can see, yeah, okay, my mom gets it, right? My mom gets it that it's hard for me to listen to your lecture again and again. And then you can continue saying what you need to say to her. That, but I feel that it, you know, um, I mean, it really, my mind is going into so many different directions. Like, what is the problem the mother is lecturing about? What is the issue that she wants to guide her to? So, with different kinds of issues, she will have different kinds of feelings. So, communicate that feeling to her, that this is how it makes me feel when you do this. This is why I'm so worried. This is why I am so stressed. I feel really stressed thinking about, I see so much good in you. I see so much good in you, that not just where you can get to in this world and the next. And when I see that, when I see you losing that, that hurts me. I'm afraid that you will lose that. I'm scared. right? That's you, that's what you're feeling. You're scared, right? You are stressed, you are afraid, you're fearful of the direction she or he is heading into, and rightfully so. So communicate that. That might help you, so it's focus on the feeling words, practice it with somebody maybe it's easier to talk to. Right, maybe your husband, or maybe a friend, or maybe a younger child. Practice it with them. See how it goes with them, and become better at it, and then try it with your older kids. And another thing I had said in that video was asking them that, what kind of a person do you want to be? I don't think they are not gonna be like, oh, yeah, I am really deeply now thinking about it. But this will prompt them. They might reject it right in front of you, but this will help them start thinking. So it's a long process for us when we are guiding, you know, trying to guide a family member who's going astray. It's a difficult process. I was thinking today um, that often when a child goes astray, whose example do we give them? Let's see if you guys can. Like, if a mother comes to you and says, like, my son has left me. A sister emailed me just, I think yesterday, said she had she's having mental issues because since her son has left her, and now she doesn't even know what to make dua for. What would what do you remind a mother who's feeling guilty because she wishes she had done better? Often we give them the example of Prophet Nuh alayhi salam, right? That his son was not guided, or his son had gone astray, and his he lost his son, right? He lost his son in the dunya and in the akhirah. So we give them the example that you could be the best parent and still your child goes astray. So I mean, it's great that maybe it gives courage that, okay, maybe I'm not, I shouldn't feel so guilty. But the inside they know, maybe I don't know if, I don't know if it completely really convinces any mother hearing that. Maybe some it does help. But what I was thinking about is, think about the pain of Prophet Nuh alayhi salam. How much pain he must have been in when his son refused his father. And he knows now, you're going to lose your dunya, you're going to lose your akhirah. Everything, my son, I'm gonna lose. He's losing it all. So, how much pain he must have been in that he made dua to Allah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, said that, basically it wasn't right for him to make dua, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala corrected him there. But it's not like Prophet Nuh alayhi salam would have been ignorant that Allah is fair and my son belongs with those people, not with us. He knew that, but it must have had been so much pain that just, he begged to Allah that my son. So I hope, for the mothers who are going through this, that you realize that, this is not easy what you're going through. This is a lot of pain. And if you know a sister who's going through that, then empathize with her. Yeah, you try to help her, give her tips, give solutions, right? But empathize with her pain. And yeah, you feel bad. It's hard. Like, I was thinking that maybe apart from the death of a child, for a Muslim mother, this might be one of the worst things that could happen. that their child is going on the wrong way, isn't it? It is so hard to see that. So sit with them, feel their pain. Don't just say it's gonna be okay. Inshallah, Allah will guide them back. But don't ignore that pain of that mother. Feel the pain with her, empathize with her. And inshallah, when you give her the strength by just relieving her pain like this, then just you sit with her pain, you share her pain, and then once her pain is lightened, maybe she will have more strength to continue fighting for her children, to continue doing whatever she's doing to try to help them in her du'as, to have more hope. And you help in that too, give her hope and so on. We have example of Prophet Nuh's son, but we also have example of Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam's sons who did come on the right way. So yeah, it is a long process. It's just I wanted to remind you about today that it is a very difficult process, one of the most difficult things, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is seeing the efforts you are making. Maybe you feel regretful of what you didn't do before, but you are doing that now. So, and Allah is watching it. So, and Allah is with you. He is on your side. He's on your side. So, inshallah, increase in your dua. Pray tahajjud. Best time to make dua. And make your life better. Often, what might just inspire a child, especially a young person growing, is seeing your life, the success in your life, how awesome your life is, how you live your life, how your deen has empowered you to live this great life, how you live your deen in every aspect of your life. So live that good life. And they will see enjoyment and happiness is not just in what shaitan is inviting me to, but in what my family is doing, right? So yeah, we might all already be doing this, but just a reminder from me. I got through it. I get a lot of these messages, but this one really kind of got to me, Sala. It reminded me of a mother who once told me her daughter said to her that you are too poor to have children. You should not have had me. So subhanAllah, you can judge the daughter, but you don't know her circumstance. What led her to say that? And I can't judge the mother. I'm just thinking, okay, maybe she was so poor, she still had you. And it must have been so hard for her. So of course she probably was not perfect. But all you can see is the negative. But I don't know what the poor girl's life was as well. What she was going through. So try to empathize with your children. Try to see what they are going through. If the daughter is saying, I feel lectured, then maybe she does feel lectured. Maybe there is a different way we need to try to now approach her. And I'm never going to say stop telling her. I don't know why people even say that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran that maybe the reminder may benefit. You have to be creative in the way you remind. Maybe lecturing is not working, but you can't stop reminding. Okay, Jazakallah khair. I hope this little bit of reminder helps you. Inshallah, tomorrow I will talk about the excuses that we make. and how there's a concept in psychology called cognitive dissonance, and how shaitan basically, uses kind of our excuses to lead us astray and make bad things look good to us. So we'll talk about that tomorrow, inshallah. Jazakallah khair for watching. If you benefited, then please do share. Wa alaikum assalam, Sister Uzma, and our Sister Rafia. Wa alaikum assalam. I'm glad caught you live, and Sister Irshad and Shaheen. I think I got you live a few times. And wa alaikum assalam, Sister Taiba, Mishba, Sadiq, everybody. Alhamdulillah, wonderful to have you. I hope you found it beneficial, today's talk, and please let me know if you did. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.